I don't even mind. I don't even mind walking in the rain right now. Good morning. Time for an irrigation, traveler, move, all that good stuff. The run finished last night a little after 10 o'clock. I shut her down for the night. Dad and I are up here this morning. He's following me in the gator there. And we got to take everything down there to the far end of the field. So I'm going to take this tractor down there. He's going to pick me up, bring me back, and we'll get the traveler down there. And we'll get stuff pulled out and start making the third pass over this field. Taking the traveler back down here to the end, and we have some beautiful corn out here. Just gorgeous stuff. Okay, well, it's taking a minute to get all the air out of the system because the whole pipe drained overnight. But we are back up and running. Pass number 3. Okay, so I think in the last thing that you just saw that I filmed was me up at the traveler field, which was a long time ago. We got back to the farm here and I had a lot of paperwork to go through for seed stuff, trying to settle accounts, making sure that what got paid is what was supposed to be paid, see if there's any refunds, all the replant stuff got added where it was supposed to, just making sure that everything was square and right. And so I finally got through all of that with Megan, with my sales rep on that, and so that stuff is done. The only thing I have left to do seed business wise to wrap up the 2020 crop year is to get my boxes returned, all the rest of the packaging. So that's good. I do really want to go out and start walking some fields and looking at stuff with guys, although with the dry weather things aren't pretty, but it's still, I need to go out and talk to people and everything, but that's going to have to wait until we get some time, whether that means it rains and I'm not irrigating or we're done with wheat harvest or whatever it is. We'll get to that. So anyway, it is now about 11 o'clock. Dad went to get the combine ready a little while ago and was going to bring it back here and fuel it up. I don't know if he's been back here yet or not, but I'm going to go find him and we're going to see what's going on with wheat harvest. It's time to get rolling. All right, well, Dad and Phil got everything moved, cart and the combine, and he's already started getting end rows done here, so that's a good deal. We've got about 140 acres in this field that if we get it done today, I would be thrilled. That'd be a huge day. That'd be awesome. So it's kind of the goal. I don't know if we'll get there or not, but we're going to get as much of it done as we can anyway. Okay, we got this field opened up. Dad went and did the back ends around over there. For some reason, he wants to jump over here into the middle of the field and start here. I don't know what difference that makes, but whatever, that's fine. But I saw something interesting that I thought you guys would find interesting. God, words, come on, man. You see this little streak on the ends here? It's a little bit dark, discolored wheat. And it kind of continues right through here, and then it tapers down, and eventually it goes away. Well, that is what happens when you have chemical residue in your sprayer boom that doesn't get cleaned out completely. And you start into a new field. This was kind of where he started spraying the wheat one time, and whatever was in the boom, I assumed corn herbicide, didn't do our wheat any favors, but it's just a short little distance here from here to the corner, so no big deal. Anyway, here he comes. He's going to do that. I have got to go move that traveler. We had a short run this morning, so I'm going to run up to the field and do that, let him combine, make rounds here, and just dump on the end, and then we'll be back this afternoon to run the cart and really knock out some acres here. Oh, it would also be nice to find some lunch today. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen though. Bummer. Well, the traveler is almost done. Although I did notice, seems we have a wheel bearing locked up. That tire's not turning, she's just skidding. Has been for a while. Which, I mean, it's not really hurting anything. It's not the end of the world, but we need to fix that. So, am I going to do it right now? No. But I need to do that. So it's on the list. Maybe tomorrow morning. The other thing I've noticed is our pressure is a little bit low again. And I checked the river screen, and there is some on it, but not much. However, I think we've got another problem, minor problem, and just a general maintenance thing that's never been done because we've never needed to, but I'll show you that when we're back at the pump. Okay, I'm back at the pump here, just started it up. I know you guys can't see in there very good, but our river screen does look okay. I can see it. I may bring my boots out here and try and walk out there where it's shallower in the middle than the hole that I dipped out with the backhoe and see if I can't brush it off by hand, but I really don't think there's that much out there. What I think is causing some of my pressure issues here, I'll show you in a minute. We got to build pressure first. So in there on the shaft from the motor to the pump is a packing that seals it. And there's that bolt there and one on the other side that kind of holds a clamp that pushes that packing in there a little bit to seal it up. And I've been adjusting it a little bit at a time as it starts dripping. It's supposed to drip, but just like drip, drip, drip. And now we've got obviously quite a bit pushing out of there. And so I think that my packing is worn out. I can't tighten it anymore. We've never replaced it before. So I think it's just worn to the point where we need to replace it. So I know that we got a spare one with the pump when it was new. The question is, can we find it? I have no idea where it is. A couple of places I might look, but I may run and see if I can't get one of those too. We'll see how Dad's doing. If he doesn't need me, I'm gonna go get some parts for this, like that seal for the inlet side of the Traveler too. That should be at the dealer place there, so I may go see if I can get that, get a packing for our pump, ask about a wheel bearing on this gun cart, and we'll get this thing fixed up. We're using it way more than we've ever used consecutively. I've never made 3 inches or 3 passes without any kind of rain or shutdown before, so things are going to wear out. It's okay. We just got to keep up on our maintenance and not say, yeah, we'll worry about it later, because it doesn't look like we're going to stop using this anytime real soon, so we got to keep making sure it's running. Okay, I made it back to the field. Dad's right where we left, but yeah, he's got quite a bit done here in the middle, so we're going to jump in the grain cart and run that, unload on the go, cover some more ground a little bit faster, and keep getting wheat out here. I wonder how this stuff is. This was some of our better looking wheat, so I don't know. Hey guys, look over here. Look right there, you see it? It rained. Shut the pump off. Corn's good. We don't need any more. Holy cow, I can see it raining. I can actually, like actual rain. It isn't going to amount to anything. I'd be surprised if it even shuts down the wheat harvest here, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? Something like that. Here's what our radar looks like at the moment. Just a tiny little shower there. Maybe some of that stuff will blow through or pop up, and it is kind of sort of building. Not much. I don't know what this red dot is or why that one's on there, but we're close to the blue one. There's a chance this one could blow up and get us yet, but doesn't look good. Well, on that end of the field, he had dust. Down here, we ain't got no dust. I don't know if that means it's too wet or not. So one other thing that I have noticed, when I start unloading here, if I don't have the throttle revved way up, when I open that slide gate up and that auger fills up, this tractor knows it. You gotta rev her up so that she has got enough power, and that's because this wheat is so heavy. The test weight is so high that it's harder to push. It's a lot more weight in that auger all the time. Well, that little shower did not shut us down here. Dad's getting back to the other end of the field, and there's dust again, which you probably can't see, but it is. Our weather station at the farm, though, that is literally a mile that way. Literally a mile. It says we had almost 3/10 there. We had maybe 100th, 200ths here was all. So, yeah, interesting. That's good. at least something got some rain, and 3/10 isn't a lot, but it certainly helps, especially when it's 90 degrees out like this. It just gives that corn a chance to take a drink and breathe in the middle of the day and relax a little bit. So I got the GoPro out today, and I've been catching some pretty cool angles. That one included. I wasn't sure the camera was still going to be there when that one got done, but yeah, I'm anxious to see what that looks like. Put it right there looking up at the combine unloading auger as it poured wheat down on top of it and buried the camera. Should have been a good one. Almost looks like more rain off that way. A minute ago it looked like rain that way, now it doesn't. But anyway, I was out moving my camera and I was noticing the clover. This is one of the 2 fields that we spread clover seed in this spring. If I remember, I'll put a card up here, up there I think, where I spread the clover seed in that video from way back in March. But basically we had 2 fields that were planted wheat after beans. This is one of those 2. We did not use the herbicides that prevent us from double cropping beans on this field. We used a more mild, I guess, herbicide, just some MCPA, which is a 2,4-D derivative. But anyway, that one doesn't kill the clover, so we were able to seed the clover into this field. And you can see it out here. It looks, well, it doesn't look great, but there's a good stand of it. It's pretty small yet. It certainly needs some water. It's dry, but there is a lot of it, which is good. If we could get some rain, this stuff will really take off and this field will turn green with clover and it will look great in 2 months. But we got to get some rain. So at least the potential is there. Oh boy, some of that stuff there. The way them stems look, it may be too late. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to come back from this. So anyway, we're just about finished up with the long rows in this field, and now we get into this front of this woods where some shorter rows over there to behind that house. We're moving right across to here. I don't know how many acres you got done. 80 or 90, I would assume. So, is there more rain over there? It turned awfully white. Looking off there in the distance at those trees, we decided to hold off for a second and see if it's going to rain or not. How much did you get done here? Dad's even folding the hopper up on the grain tank in the combine.
68.25 acres, 76.5 average.
75 is still not very good. Yeah, there's a few raindrops. I think we're about to get rained out. That's okay. We'll take it. I'm going to get the tarp rolled on the cart and the truck here quickly, because it is raining. Okay, well, harvest is rained out for the rest of today, I would assume. Hasn't amounted to much yet, but it's enough to get everything wet. So we're locking it up, and we're going to head back to the farm. Oh. I don't even mind. I don't even mind walking in the rain right now. Let it rain, pour, inch and a half. It's all good. Just rain. Oh, it looks like it's raining hard over there. Unfortunately, the field we're irrigating is that way. Well, nice little quick shower there. That's good. Thought I'd show you my spreadsheet real quick that we're keeping all our records on. So basically, this has got all of our fields and the varieties and loads and moistures and test weights, where we're putting it, any other notes that we have, and then over here I've got we're an average moisture because we do one for the front and the rear hopper, and then I put the weight in from the grain cart and it calculates out dry bushels so that then I know how many bushels we had from each field and on each truck. So that's kind of our record keeping system for grain receiving. I don't know if you can hear me very good with that fan running in the background, but I thought I'd show you what we're doing with this wheat. We've kind of got these 3 separate bins back here. This is where we keep our wheat. We fill them with an auger. The far one there is already full. Filling the middle one now, which I think he said could get a load and a half maybe. So basically we just pull up here and swing the auger, swing away under there, and fire up the tractor, run her up there. Okay, so he's not going to unload it right now, but anyway, yeah, that's the setup. I'm not entirely sure what all of the spray paint marks on the ground and the blocks and all of that stuff are for. To be quite honest, I don't really know. He's got some there of where to stop the trucks for to make it in the right spot for the hopper, but I don't know. Whatever, it works for him. Check it out. Here's another update for you. You guys remember way back in April, for my dad's birthday, I bought him some mushroom spores, morel mushroom spores. Well, he was super excited about that, and he kind of sat on them for a while, but he came up with this brilliant idea that he was going to build a garden for them to grow, and he had the perfect spot and the perfect stuff. Here it is. So he built these little gardens, filled them up with dirt and sawdust, I think, and spread his mushroom spores in there. I have no idea if it will work or not. But maybe next year we'll have some mushrooms. Our sweet corn's not looking so great, but it's growing. Dad's been watering this stuff out here fairly consistently. I don't know. We'll get something off of it. He's got a few other things planted there. He's got some tomatoes, peppers, radishes, which it looks like he's been harvesting. Some kind of squash, I assume, and then the rest of the sweet corn that I planted down here. This stuff is not Roundup ready, so there's nothing I can do about all that grass growing in it, but we will. I think those beans grew about 6 inches and bushed out 6 inches in the last hour since it rained. Boy, look at that variety right there. Wow, that one really stands out. Okay, well, it is almost 5 o'clock. We got rained out from the wheat harvest. I'm gonna drive up to the irrigation field and see what it looks like. I don't think we got this rain there. The rain gauge now says 0.44, so not quite a half inch, about 4/10 here at the farm, which is great. We'll take it. Hopefully we get some more showers pop up and we'll get a little bit more out of it, but we'll take what we get. So there's a chance of rain the next 4 or 5 days. It's just a small chance, so you never know what we're gonna get. But anyway, I'm gonna go up there and see what the field up there looks like, and if it rained or not. I'm probably gonna let that keep pumping at least until it finishes the run tonight at 9 o'clock. If it happens to be raining more between now and then, I'll shut her off for the night. If it doesn't, we start her back up and keep moving. Well, we may have had a tiny little bit of rain up here, but nothing substantial, so the water stays on. Before I go home, though, I did think of one more thing that I need to do. My injection tank on the irrigation pump down there at the river is empty. I used up all that ATS. It came out just about right to the end of the field where it was supposed to. I'm not putting anything on now, but I do want to put some nitrogen on. That ATS doesn't have a ton of nitrogen in it, and this corn looks good, but we're just about to that pre-tassel timing when I would normally add a little bit. And I'm still seeing, well, of course, right here is not a good spot to judge by this lane. There is still a little bit of streaking from the sulfur deficiency. It's not near as bad as it was. If we get away from this lane, there might not be as much, but I want to go and mix up a load of fertilizer. We're gonna put 7.5 gallons to the acre of 28% nitrogen on, and then 2.5 more of ATS, so a 10-gallon total rate. And that'll be the end of the fertilizer, the last that we put on this field then, and I'm gonna try and do it on this pass. So I'm actually going to take this tractor home, the one that I used to pull the gun out, because it needs fuel anyway. And the lane that I've got to pull that nurse trailer down with the fertilizer on it, the first one down there, it's still wet from when we finished irrigating on it. It would have been not last night, but the night before. And I don't think I can do it with a pickup pulling 1,000 gallons, but this tractor will do it. So we're going to run this home. We're going to get that tank. We're going to leave that tank up here, put the tractor right back where it is, and then we'll take my pickup that's over there and head home from here. Okay, I got my tank up here. We're going to gravity feed some into this one. I'm not going to fill it, but we'll get a couple 100 gallons in there, enough for it to run tonight. and shut our valves off. And I didn't bring that pump because I brought the tractor and didn't have anywhere to put it back of the pickup, so I'll bring that up here some other time and we'll finish transferring it, or it doesn't all fit in there anyway. We got to use some of it up. So I got the injection pump over there set to 10 gallons per hour on that little slide, which makes it pull the rod out a little bit farther on each stroke. Pumps a little bit more every time, so that should be good. We got about a little over 3 hours left on this pole, and then we'll be back up here tonight to get her moved. So I just got to take the tractor back to where it was and be back to my truck. Okay, well, everything looks good up here. Water's still pumping. It's going to be done a little after 9, and I'm going home until then. So I think I'm going to end the video here unless something exciting happens later tonight, which I don't anticipate. I hope not. Thankful for a little bit of rain on at least some of our farms. We didn't get it here, we didn't get it on everything, but at least something got some rain, almost a ½ inch, so that's good. Hopefully some more stuff pops up tonight or the next couple of days, and we can shut this irrigation stuff down. Would love to keep getting wheat harvest done, but rain is much more important at the moment. So anyway, questions and comments, leave them down below for me, please. And hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Give it a like.